Hello and welcome to Game Over Yeah, the video game podcast created by gamers for gamers with your hosts, Leon.
Dave.
The stag beetle himself.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's right, we're back. And to be fair, it's going to be the last time you're going to see us for a while in the podcast form. Yeah, I know. Sad faces.
Sad face.
It's because we have decided because of the fact that we've noticed that you like to consume smaller stuff. So we're going to make smaller stuff.
Leon's used
They can't handle consuming large things. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. They can't, they can't handle our big gargantuan cock.
Our female audience loves it, but the male audience loves it.
So yeah, we're gonna cut it down into smaller doses for all of you.
Bite-sized chunks. Little bite-sized chunks.
So on that kind of level, as it is kind of like a swan song in some sense, the last podcast for us here. I think we need to talk about some of our favourite moments that we've had in the podcast so far. And, I'm going to launch out there straight away, and I'm going to go, definitely one of my favourite moments was actually meeting Nobuo Uematsu on the podcast on my fucking birthday.
Who's that guy?
He is the composer for Final Fantasy music from pretty much the first one up until, I think it was just before 11. I think it was 10.
He's not doing any more, is he?
I don't think so. But he has been kind of going around on the tours, where like people are playing, his music essentially, which is crazy. To think that, he was playing, on his keyboard back in the day, programming it all in, for this little video game on the SNES, Final Fantasy. And hearing his music played, by a massive orchestra at the end of the day at the Royal Albert Hall, it must be mind-blowing.
It's a huge thing. I mean,
pretty humbling.
Yeah.
The thing that we definitely got to look at is the fact that the music, not for me, I don't know who does half the music on this and that and so on, but I could hear that sound or that music and it will instantly bring me back. I hear the Final Fantasy, the winning, like that, and like instantly I'm back to like 12 years old playing Final Fantasy 7 in front of it. We've obviously had people on the show as well that did all the rare stuff.
Yeah.
So Kurt Hope,
Grant Kirkhope
did loads of that, and that brings me back as well. And it's considering Final Fantasy is probably your favorite game ever, meeting the person that brings you to those memories, in the case of like, you can't meet Cloud, can you? But you can meet the person that created those moments that makes you think of them, which is brilliant.
I mean, at the end of the day, he inspired me in some sense to kind of get into music in the first place. It was the Final Fantasy music that kind of, sort of made me, explore music a bit more. As well as obviously other things as well, maybe like Limp Bizkit and stuff like that. Those kind of things. Like
they're
new
touring
metal
at the moment, and I'm tempted to go and see them.
Yeah, man. Oh, I'm not surprised, man. They are a fucking top draw act.
Great
live.
stuff.
I tell you that now.
You should get to go backstage with them, meet up with them.
Let's put you on the spot, Leon. What's your favourite piece of Final Fantasy music?
I would have to go with the battle music from Final Fantasy VII. Just those who fight further. I just absolutely love it. I absolutely love it, but I mean, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of other like tracks that I do love from the Final Fantasy kind of series in general, but definitely a favourite for mine because I've spent far too many hours on Final Fantasy VII in general.
It's mad how it can just bring you back. Like I can hear Little John get low, and I'll think of Need for Speed Underground 2.
I shit you instantly. Not. It's shit you not. When as soon as you said that song, I had Need for Speed Underground in my head.
And it's crazy that like these certain like aspects, like it just brings you back to what it is. Like you can think of iconic stuff like the Tetris sounds or Zelda or stuff like that. But there's even just songs that are general release, like. There's songs that remind me of Grand Theft Auto, like a lot of the Snoop Dogg tunes. Instantly, I'm back where I was then, and it's brilliant that music does that in general. But now that gaming is such a huge thing, it gives you those memories.
It was a game that I played a long time ago when my brother and sister were little. We didn't have many video games. We had maybe 20 or 30, not many.
Well, the ghetto kids are going, I had one cartridge, you motherfucker.
But so what I used to do is I'd put the game in, and they would have to guess what game it was from the music. So they'd be in the other room, and I'd put it on, and then they would play some of the music, and they'd be like, "Ooh, that was actually really fun." Also, really hard, and some of them.
Some games is you'll hear like it's even just sounds can bring you back to certain things. I can hear some of the Sony sounds from like my PlayStation and stuff like that, and I'm like,
yeah,
it's really weird. Like a lot of the new Sony phones, their menus and stuff are all the PS4 sound sort of things, and I hear that, and it instantly makes me think of my PS4 that I don't have anymore, and I'm like, like it's really it's cool how that kind of your brain works in that way. You can literally have this memory that you have no logic of whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
Come back like that.
Oh, definitely.
For me, it's the Tetris music. I could probably hear maybe 1, possibly 2 bars of that, and then instantly it's like, yeah, I know what that is.
So, I mean, as we're on that kind of nostalgic memory kind of view, I mean, what's some of your best moments, Dave, man?
Podcast-wise, it has to be the legendary trip to Gamescom and back again.
Oh, 100%.
So much fun.
I
didn't really enjoy the back again.
Oh, no.
we it was more up again.
Yeah.
Back again. Yeah. Well, it's an experience, and all experiences must be fully embraced. As I fully embraced that toilet bowl.
I learned from that trip I'm not doing the ferry again.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%.
Sod it. Way out there. Like, I was so ill anyway, but I was like, I'm past the point, so I didn't feel sick. But that choppy water on the way back, brutal.
I have a ferry trip in 3 weeks' time.
Dave fucked.
You fool. You fool.
only to Ireland, so it'll be grand.
Oh, okay, that's not
It'll be grand. Potato.
Brilliant. I mean, at Gamescom, what was kind of some of your highlights from Gamescom, Dave?
I'm still amazingly impressed that we managed to booth under everybody's noses and get away with it and do an entire cast. And big shout out to Martin and all the guys there.
XCOM Media, yeah.
XCOM Media for putting up with us, and with just the fact that we were right next to them, and they lent us cables and stuff, and we could just sit there, and it was just the looks that people were giving past. It was like, clearly there must be a big thing, but we have no idea who you are.
Yeah,
it was just, it was really cool, and plus the fact that
coming up asking like in another language, I'm like, no idea what you're talking about, mate. Je m'appelle Michele, j'habite à Wickham.
Wrong country.
I don't know. No, but there was French people, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
there was a load of French people, there's a load of German people, and so on. And I'm like,
to be fair, I think my favourite moment at Gamescom was me standing next to the escalator, going, "Sehr gut, Video Game Spielen Podcast, ja, Video Spielen Podcast, ja, fantastisch, ja."
It was the guy that took a card from me, looked at it, threw it on the floor. I picked it up as he's going up the escalator, ran to the top of the escalator, slapped it back in him, and just said, "Not rubbish." Just it was such a. You're right. Like how we got like a 7,000-8,000 euro booth for free because we just blagged it is, that doesn't happen usually.
No.
And, I think one of the things that I took from that was the food. Like, it was I think the moment that no one else. Obviously, we had some footage and we talked and we did the podcast and stuff from there. But the meal we had with XCOM Media really was like, I haven't laughed that hard in so long because it was just this final moment of like us actually being able to, talk to the people that we've kind of met and like that friendship really forming, and it was just so funny.
It was so good to finally meet those guys, and I still absolutely love them. I wanna go over and see them in their offices at the Dutch Gaming Garden.
They're not there no more.
They are. It is still the Dutch Game Garden. It's just that the Dutch Game Garden has moved offices. So no, we definitely want to go down and visit them still. Hopefully get up some content, from us going there as well.
That'd be cool.
So, I mean, I think on that kind of level, I mean, a big shout out to all of the guests in some sense that we've had on the show in the past. Some great, some not so great. But
it's the thought that counts.
It's the game where you watch my face, where I'm like struggling to stay awake. Like, that you've just spoken for 7 minutes and I have no idea what you're talking about. Couldn't give two shits. And then sometimes, like, click.
Yeah,
done. Like,
yeah, no, definitely.
One
I
of my
mean, like,
favourite
yeah, so I mean, obviously, you know, Martin has been the biggest
Great
like
friend.
cornerstone of a friend of the podcast in general. He has been incredible for the show. XCar Media have been, you know, supporting us heavily as well in the background, and you know, for that, you know, I definitely want to thank them for that, and hopefully, you know, it's still, you know, do some more content with them in the future, because
Definitely.
you know, that friendship's there. I really enjoy hanging out with them, and we definitely want to do more in the future with them. I mean, other guests wise, I mean, who other
Snazzlebot.
favourite guests? Yeah, oh yeah, of course.
Mate, they
course.
made the classic, like, my Twitter handle of the Stag Beetle versus a Majestic Unicorn.
Yeah,
They sent us a goodie bag, and we're in their game. Thank you.
Can't ask for more than that.
actually, I mean, Naz and Sarah, I mean, we can't thank you enough for that at all. I mean, we still want to do more work for your game, so let us know if you need any more work done. And
Well, the
get
other
that
thing
done.
is we do owe them a Drunken Stag Beetle podcast at some point.
We do, and
Because
so
they missed the first one, and the second one he wasn't drunk, and the third one, wow, someone's ending up pregnant after that one. Jesus.
So yeah, I mean, like, and just to throw that out there for the people that, you know, do enjoy listening to the podcast, it's not 100% over. There will be some podcasts in the future.
Little snippets.
We will kind of bring it back here and there, you know, and if there's the demand for it, obviously we'll bring it back every week. But we'll see what happens. But
I just
some
have
videos.
visions of going outside my house now, and there's going to be loads of people standing around with placards going, "What do we want? Podcast? When do we want it? Now!"
No, Dave.
One could dream.
Dave, I mean, how about you, man? Guess wise, what's kind of? Can you think of any others that you're kind of up there? You know, along with Snazzlebot and the mighty XCar Media.
Well, you know my amazing memory that I have fantastic recall, and just know all names and companies off just like that.
You know what he's going to do now? He's going to make up a guest. That's what Dave's doing. Yeah, back in '93 we had a guest. Like, that never happened, Dave.
Are you sure? Maybe I was sleeping. Dan DeRocha, he's an awesome guy, and we got to play with his headset, which was good fun and a little disorientating.
Good old Oculus
Make of that
Rift.
as you will. But the guys that do salvage, I can't remember their name.
Opposable Games.
There you go. See, recall,
Is it Dan?
total.
Dan Page was we had Dan Page and another and a Daniel as well. I can't remember his oh no, I will remember the last name. It's in there.
See, you're better than I am. But they were really awesome guys, and I'm really looking forward to that game.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
And they did get green lighted. So
Oh, did they? Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
not
good
for
on
them,
them.
so.
Good on him. Hopefully Nanos will be green lighted very soon as well. I'm not sure if it has been yet, but that's the XCOM Media's the latest sort of Pong inspired game in some sense.
I'd like to shout out Roll from Rage Squid for Action Hank. I really enjoyed talking to him, and that game is epic.
It's fun, man. It is a lot of fun.
It's
I just can't get around past the butt slam. That's it for me. I'm just happy butt slamming
Dave,
all day long.
so bad at that game.
Terrible.
So bad at most games, but especially bad at that game.
Except the was it Panarium? The one where you-
Panarium. Oh yeah,
there was
you
one you just
caned
kicked
at that.
off.
Yeah, you caned at Panarium. I remember
I
that.
just said
now.
that. I was like, yeah, I could do this.
Yeah.
No
Awesome.
problems.
Awesome.
We've had loads of guests. I mean, Grant Kirkhope is another. Like
It's definitely one of our popular podcasts out there. The both of the Grant Kirkhope ones, and to be fair, definitely some of my favourites as well. We still need to get him back on the show sometime, because I want some of those fucking stories of when he was in metal bands back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm holding you to that, Grant. It's happening. We're getting those stories.
We also
It's probably not going to happen in the next few weeks because August the 4th is when the Rare Replay comes out. So they are
also
uber busy.
can't forget actually where we came from. So me and Dave were not the original lineup.
That's
We
right,
just
man.
took over this shit.
Yeah.
So we've got to say thanks to Dave and obviously Dave to
Yeah, thanks to me.
and to Dean as well.
So
Obviously,
to Dean and James, man, because I mean, to be fair, back in the day, it was me and Dean that started this baby, and James hopped along the way. We had Dan Narocki come and join us at one point as well, for quite a few shows. But
I've seen him
then,
around.
cut all his hair off.
yeah, he has cut all of his hair off.
weird.
It is
He
weird.
didn't
isn't it?
recognise me in Carphone Warehouse.
Did he
It was
not?
really funny. He kind of just ignored the fact that it was me, and I was just like, mate, I'll sort you out a deal. He goes, why? I was like, how many drugs have you taken? But
That's crazy. That's crazy. I've seen him in town and spoke to him as well. But yeah, weird. But yeah, we've had some great people on the cast. I mean, Tess was on quite a few of the cast. My old housemate back in the day as well.
that's a moment.
And
Pokemon.
that
Fuck.
Pokemon.
The Pokemon.
Exactly. Yeah. Naming
Top
those
stuff.
Pokemon, it was so funny. Like going through that, was it a Pokemon sticker book, if I remember rightly?
Guess the
And-
Pokemon
and it
from my
was-
randoms.
Yeah, from her
And-
9-year-old descriptions. Like,
Reminds me of my dad.
Yeah.
Was a great description.
definitely the funniest one there.
Nice one, Tess.
Brilliant.
The one that got me with Tess was her stories of going to Tesco's and the Swans.
The Swan Avery, like the Swan Centre, and like all this stuff, and I'm like, is that a thing people do?
Apparently so. I had no idea either, but it
Use
is.
your club card vouchers. Go see some swans, because there's no swans around our area in Buckinghamshire.
I know, not at all. Not even the one that's on the emblem that we have.
Right then, I think. I mean, I'm just trying to remember other guests in some sense that we've had in the past. Now I'm having that memory block issue now as well, Dave.
Well, we should really shout out, because I've been watching them a lot. Resonance Arcade as well.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Chris obviously was on. I went on their podcast. I've been watching some of their stuff. They stream on a Wednesday.
I think it's a Wednesday night.
Wednesday 7:30. Resonance Arcade. Fun guys. It was nice to have them on, and they're doing the podcasting, but they're the live style podcast. And I actually tune in. I never get there for the beginning of it. I always tune in later. But
Yeah.
fun guys.
No, definitely, and they've definitely got some good content going on, and we encourage you all to check it out. Now, just on other kind of moments in some sense, because I can't think of any guests right now. I think another highlight would be the live show at Cineworld that we did for GTA 5. It was the opening night. It was the night before, wasn't it? Actually, now thinking about it, it was a midnight release of the GTA 5, and we were at Cineworld High Wycombe doing a live show, and that was interesting, to say the least.
It was the first time I met you guys as well.
Yeah, it was, Dave. Man.
I haven't got rid of you since. I think it was so funny that we had these queue jump tickets.
Yeah.
And the queue was huge.
Yeah.
And people didn't come to get the queue jump tickets, and then I have a great picture of Leon with his that in fact I'll probably send on the Dropbox, because it's just it was so funny that we had fun. We played some Grand Theft Auto, got a little bit of early access sort of thing, and then got our game, and then
exactly. I mean, just for those that didn't end up sort of catching that cast, I mean, we did a live show directly from there while people were actually in sort of in the same room as playing some of the old Grand Theft Autos, and then after we did the show, we went through to a cinema screen at midnight and actually played some GTA 5 on the big screen, and that was fucking awesome to be able to do that.
It was. Well,
Definitely.
it wasn't midnight. We got in there early because we could leave for just after the midnight launch, I think it was. But
No,
it was. Was it midnight we went in
it
there?
was midnight that we went. Well, it was just before midnight, but we didn't actually get out to the
Oh, yeah.
game store
Yeah.
until probably about. I think it was about. It was about quarter to
Bloody.
one. It was something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. Because they literally just let us play a little bit of footage, within there, and then we moved out with our fast pass kind of thing.
That's got to be a good big shout out. The Cineworld stuff of just playing games on a
Cineworld and
40-foot
Game
screen.
Cineworld and Game High Wycombe, they both came together, and we managed to jump in on it as well and have a lot of fun along the way. Unfortunately, think people dropped the ball and we weren't able to get back in there, which was a big shame because that was so much fun playing games on the big screen. It was a lot of COD, unfortunately, but it was still good.
Fun.
It was still
It was
fun.
good for those who liked it.
Yeah, I did.
God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wasn't it one dude that kept winning? Like he won like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Yeah, he worked out like I can milk this shit.
Yeah,
Like,
he won every time. He didn't lose. He never lost the whole thing.
So, just to scroll back a bit and talk about guests on the show, big shout out to Amy for coming on and making us all eat stuff we really didn't want to.
Oh yeah. Of course, the name's Ames,
moment
so
when
you
my
can find out there.
that shit came out of my mouth, like the splashback guaranteed.
And the cat food. Also, Cheney,
food
8-Bit
wasn't as bad.
Bastard.
Oh yes, 8-Bit Bastard as well, and they are
Uh,
doing fucking amazingly as well with all of their GTA content. They've got some other content going out there as well, and I'm really happy to see on how well they're doing. And you know, I hope to see them to escalate even more and become even bigger things. So you know, watch the space.
I'm
for
just
8-Bit
impressed
Bastard.
with Cheney taking the piss out of his name for the entire time and coming up with as many different puns as possible.
Oh yeah, the
And he
Cheney
didn't.
puns.
Ding.
Ding.
What did we get up to? Was it like 11 or 12 or
I
something?
think it was something like that, but we did like subtract a few here along the
Yeah,
way.
once
as
we
well.
started scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, some of them I was really struggling. Like, I'm forcing this one, but I'm going in with it.
I think another highlight that I want to mention was obviously that charity stream that we recently did in aid of Cancer Research UK, and you know we got together with a good bunch of streamers and
Loads of money.
made quite a bit of money as well.
About $2,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was really happy with the outcome of that. I definitely think we're going to be doing some more of that in the future. I don't know when it will be, but there definitely will be another charity stream arranged, and we definitely will be involved because, I mean, anything, you know, to be able to kind of help, you know, of that kind of cause is definitely a thing that we want to be part of, 100%.
It was really good fun. Another person I'd like to shout out is Martin Huerku, he of Elite Apps with the Panda Bomber.
Yes, the
But
dodgy,
piss
what was it?
penis wine.
No, and the Bitcoin miner.
Yes.
He's definitely a Bitcoin miner. You know that
100%.
shit. Yeah.
Who was, what was the lady's name that wrote the book?
Ronald Van Tonder.
Lovely lady.
She
Yes.
was really awesome. What was
Had
the
like
name of the book,
a
Dave?
storm halfway through the cast and like
Oh yeah,
lost connection.
I
But
forgot about that.
Yeah. South Africa, by the way, don't mind the lightning.
Yeah. What was the name of the book again, Dave?
The book is
Because you've got it, haven't you?
yeah, I've got part 1 and part 2, and because I am a font of knowledge and my memory is amazing, I can't remember.
make it up, Dave. You always do.
Okay.
It was Lord of the Rings. She wrote.
And The Hobbit.
And yeah, we had the writer for Lord of the Rings, and she also wrote Game of Thrones or of Fire and Ice.
It was called Compile Quest.
There you go.
And they're both part 1 and part 2 are absolutely amazing and definitely worth downloading. And
Is she still doing her show, like kind of thing?
I'm not 100% sure. Last time I spoke to her, she was massively busy with the launch of part 2 and writing up part 3 and sorting out part 3. So I guess
enough.
once everything's sort of settled down from that, maybe. Yeah, because I'm still scheduled to go on it and talk about books and stuff. So
Yeah.
that-
Oh, fair enough, man.
Dave,
fair
you can't
enough.
read.
No.
Liar.
it's all pictures.
It's the Popper!
That's
Oh man, I
brilliant.
remember pop-up books. They were amazing.
They're still around, Dave. Don't worry. They haven't gone anywhere.
They're still going. They're still going. All right. Well, I mean, I think that's about as much as I can remember of some of my favourite moments. What about
I
you
just like
guys?
to point out, we talked about the stuff we've done. We talked about the guests we've had on the show. But I'd like to put out a special mention to one of our fans. It's Cody.
The Dragon Dude himself.
Oh man, Cody. I don't know if he even listens to the show anymore, but I think he dropped
Yeah,
off.
but if you're still out there,
He still
Cody,
does YouTube stuff.
rock on.
If you're still out there, Cody, yeah. In all fairness, he was the first like proper fan we had on the show in some sense, and
Yeah.
To be fair, Mike, you kind of were listening to the show, weren't you? And then I got you on, so I don't know, kind of listening.
Well,
Yeah,
we didn't,
no, I was.
didn't we
I
actually
was.
get Cody on once?
Yeah, we
one
did.
time?
We did have Cody on the show. Yeah. I don't think it turned out particularly well, but we definitely had him on the show.
I think the reason he probably doesn't still watch is from the show, and I think I berated him quite heavily, like the guy in Cineworld that kept asking questions and got the full frontal Stag Beetle, a bit drunk, condescending mode. Like, when that comes out, most people, if you can't roll with it, you're not going to like me very much longer. But, what can I say? I'm an alcoholic.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Right. Yeah, we've speaking of winning stuff, we've had a few competitions as well, which have been interesting.
Hooked my pockets out. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Quick, we shall give you all free stuff. Listen for the hashtag. And
We gave out, we've given out vouchers, we've given out a Game Boy with loads of games.
Yeah, we have, man.
We've given out some stuff.
Definitely given out a few things.
they've definitely been popular amongst the bots and maybe a few genuine
Bots
people.
love us.
Yeah, it's true. The bots do love us. When I do welcome the overthrow of our overlords, the bots.
Absolutely. Our biggest fan base are a bunch of computers. It's good to know.
Brilliant. Well, I mean, I must admit, I can't really think of anything else right now. I mean, it has been an awesome ride anyway. It's been a lot of fun. But I think we need to kind of think about what we're going to do in the future now. So,
what are we going to do, Leon?
now, I mean, we've had a little chat. And I think we're going to be releasing, a couple of videos a week, starting from next week. We're hoping to kind of release maybe a new release kind of video, as well as like a small let's play as well every week. We might sort of throw out some other content here and there, but for now, I think that's what we're going to be solidly sticking with. So you definitely need to be tuning into our YouTube channel, like mad.
Mondays and Fridays.
That's
Mondays and Fridays.
That's right. You've got to make sure to get on that Game Over Yeah. Which let me get the link. Let's find
Mike is busily putting a rap together to accommodate both Monday and Friday in an easy to remember mnemonic.
Monday and Friday, because Friday is my day, and Monday is not Sunday. It's Monday. It's the run day. It's the game day. It's the play day.
Brilliant.
Awesome. There you go. Next to number one single, right there.
So, I mean, if you want to find our kind of our channel, if you go youtube.com/user and then type Game Over Yeah UK, that will have all our content there. But if you do just search up Game Over Yeah on our YouTube, or on YouTube in general, you should be able to find us there.
It'll be that, or it would just say
probably,
clip.
would,
one of the two.
Would they still be able to see the video of me getting completely drenched for the Ice Bucket Challenge?
Yeah, it's still there, I believe.
There you go. So there's well worth going.
And we've still got the back catalogue of our podcast videos as well up on the website as well. They're not going anywhere. They're still going to be there for you to view into the future. And like I said, there probably will be some more podcasts in the future. We're just sort of not going to be doing it as regular now. Now, on other kind of things, we're hoping to, we're going to be streaming a bit more as well, because of the fact that that's how we're going to get some of our content, I believe. So definitely keep an eye on our Twitch, which is twitch.tv/goveryeah, GOVERYEAH. So that's that there.
Game Over Yeah.
And yeah, there's definitely going to be more content coming your way on a streaming kind of level. So yeah, go and show us some love on Twitch. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I mean that's kind of all the all of that kind of stuff out of the way, all of the remembering. So let's just sort of dive back into usual kind of format. What's been going on this week, guys? I mean, what you been playing this week, Mike?
This week, I've been mostly playing.
You know what? I was going to say that, and you beat me to it. God damn you!
UFC, mate.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if anyone else has seen this phenomena of Conor McGregor. Does anyone else know of this at all?
No
I don't know
idea.
if it's... Okay, so
to Google.
Conor McGregor is an Irish fighter who's been in the UFC for 2 years. This was his 5th fight. He is now the biggest name in the UFC.
Wow.
He was going to fight for one of the biggest pay-per-views ever. The guy injured himself, so they did another one. and he's not renowned for his wrestling. So he went. He's then was put up against someone on short notice, but arguably the best wrestler in his division, if not in lots of weight classes. The hype is real. He won by KO in the second round and is now the face of pretty much everything. He's the face of Game of War, I think it is, which is like a Clash of Clans type.
Yeah, he's taken over from Breast Girl.
No, she's the other one.
Or is she still in it?
Kate Upton was in one of them, but this is a different one, which I think is a different name. It's slightly different. It might be the same one, but I think it's different. But anyway, put it this way. He has done what no other person has ever done, and he's called when he's going to knock someone out, so he'll go, I will do it in the second round. He even, and this is the stuff of legends, he asked to bet the owner or the president of the UFC 3 million that he would knock this guy out in the second round. No odds, just 3 million. They didn't take the bet, and he did it. And he's called it repeatedly. And he's just one of these people. You know, you meet these people with charisma. People love to hate him or they love him, but he just has something. So anyway, like, it's just inspired me for this kind of UFC thing. And it's inspired lots of people to play UFC again. So I've just been hammering that a lot. And having a lot of fun with it because I've learned how to do things I could never fucking do before. Because I've sat there and gone, I'm sick of this. How do you do this shit? And I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'm going to do a stream at some point because I'm actually fighting with some of the worst characters, but I've learned how to do what I want to do with them. The other side would be Hearthstone. So Hearthstone I've been solidly playing and doing shit at this month.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it is. Last month I could beat people with decks. This month it is not working. I would like to say a special thank you to Samsung, though, because Samsung gave me 3 free packs as a Samsung exclusive thing and the card back.
Oh, wow.
And in each of those 3 packs, I got a legendary. So thank you for nothing. It cost me nothing, and I got them. I am going to try for the next month. I have 3 decks I'm building. I'm going to break rank 2. I can't get past rank 5, 6 at the moment. I will do it. It doesn't matter how many games I have to play. I will fucking do it next month. I'm going to Twitch some of it if I can, and I'm going to record some of the content. But I've got to do it. It's got to happen. And there I disappear.
Yeah, no, I lost your video, but you're still going. I can still hear you, mate.
But yeah, so
and it was going so well.
They're the 2 main games I've been playing. I also have been playing a fantastic game, which we are going to soon play. So I've shown Leon and Dave this today. It's called Heads Up. And if you haven't played it, it's a brilliant app. If you're on Android, it's free. I think it's 79p if you're on Apple. And it's like a mix of Pictionary, charades, camera. It's hard to describe. It's actually, it was a small game, but Ellen DeGeneres picked it up. She started playing it on her show and then actually bought the app and kind of made it bigger. And it's so much fun. We will load up some video content from when we do it because it's just the answers that come out of your brain when you are under pressure and someone's trying to describe something to you are amazing. Earlier, we played it at work. A girl was we were trying to describe Bat. I said Superman. Man, she didn't get it. Someone started going about Transylvania and Dracula and going down the vampire route. And then the other girl was going, the bird of the night, a bird of the night. And I have this on video, and it will become a clip that I basically show her because it's one of my favourite things I've ever come out of a human being. It was hilarious.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing some more of this game for sure.
I find it ironic that Mike was talking about a game of video and then suddenly the video disappeared. I think that was a nice touch. And now he's back. Perfect.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Awesome, man. Well, I mean, Dave, man, what have you been playing?
So last week we were talking about a potential new free-to-play MMO that was coming out that everyone I knew was raving about and saying it was going to be the next greatest thing ever. And for some reason, because once again my memory is amazing, I couldn't actually remember the name of it. But now I do, because I've played it. It's called Skyforge.
Okay.
And it is not the greatest thing ever since sliced bread. In fact, it is the complete opposite. It is massively frustrating and annoying and terrible.
Why so?
All right. You've played Final Fantasy VII, haven't you?
Of course.
Who hasn't?
Now, you know how you've got maybe, 5-6 hours of Midgard before you get into the big wide world and you can do stuff, but while you're in Midgard, it's fairly linear.
But to be fair, it's still quite linear it's still linear after Midgar as well, because of the fact that you're going through the cave, then through to Junon. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is certain things.
It takes a while to get into the open world.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. But okay, so my point is, it takes a while, but eventually you do get to an open world bit. But in Final Fantasy VII, it's kind of fun because there's loads of different things. You've got the gold saucer, you've got the dressing up as a woman, and there's just loads of different things happening, and it's good. Final Fantasy XIII came along. Now everyone loves Final Fantasy XIII because it's 30 hours of walking down a straight corridor with dick all to do except watch cutscenes, pretend to work out what their sexual flavour is. At least that's what I do.
Flavour.
Skyforge falls very much into the Final Fantasy XIII camp of grind your arse off forever and ever and ever in order to actually get to the proper game, by which point you've probably got very bored or died or, moved on to something else. And so you just don't actually see any of what the game is to offer.
Wow.
They basically been touting it as a theme park style. This is apparently a new-ish technical term to use for MMOs, this sort of style where you've got like the queuing system and you can see and you sort of look at a theme park and you can pick and choose which ride you want to go on. But for me, it's just standing in a queue and then you get there and then the ride's broken down or some kid's been sick on it.
Would there by any chance be more likely to be like a rabbi being sick?
Yes.
Any chance, Dave?
Maybe. In fact, that's what it is.
People know. They know.
They know. The game itself is effectively you are an immortal. Because, stop me if you've heard this one before, but you're a warrior, you go off to fight, you die, you get chucked into a big pile of bodies, but then magically you become alive again, and then you have to fight your way out from this location, and then suddenly you appear, and you're like, okay, you're now immortal. This is new to anybody? No, I didn't think so. Then you are effectively enlisted as a helper because everyone else can't wipe their own arse without help. And you are like, it's like Justice League. You're in sort of a watchtower and there's this big ass 3D globe and there's people standing around and they sort of push a button and then go up in light and then appear down and save the day. Which is usually collect 10 things, kill 5 other things,
Yep. Standard MMO.
And your level is based on how many little followers love you, kind of like Populous.
Oh,
but then wearing armor also increases this as well. So I don't know if the armor is made out of believers. I'm not quite sure how that works. Believers, yeah. So eventually, once you get a big enough believer number, you become a god. At which point the game then becomes a game and all your skills and powers become godly. But then probably 12 years have passed and something else is much better come along and we'll probably all be playing VR. It's a free-to-play, which roughly translates as if you keep throwing enough money at this game, you can level up quicker. But it's not pay-to-win because they are adamant that you can't win by spending loads of money at this game.
Push cap.
Allegedly.
Bullshit.
What they do is interesting, is if you max out the cap of the shiny goodness that you are collecting, they give you other shiny goodness to collect, which is completely different. And so far, I have actually seen zero use for any of that stuff, but I'm sure it's going to be good for something. But yeah, the actual layout of it looks kind of pretty, but it looks like every Eastern RPG ever. And then you go to a map which is generic ruins A, then you come back and it's like go here and it's generic jungle B, and then you go somewhere else which is generic ruins. B, which is the same as generic ruins. A, except a couple of buildings are moved around.
Yeah.
It's
It happens
effectively
so much in games. It's annoying that they do that.
the missions are like just like Destiny. So you have a big globe, and then you spin the globe around, and you go, "I'm going to go to that one," and then you go to a tiny ass map, which you need to kill 20 creatures. And the way they do bosses is they have it pretending that it's doing some clever mechanics, which is usually going, here's a big fucking red area, don't stand in that big massive red area. Oh, well done, you've managed to move out of that, you're a good boy, pat on the head. By the way, this thing's got 20 million health bars. You remember Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
You know when you fought bosses, it had like
Doesn't.
6 energy bars that you
Yeah.
just keep knocking
You
them
gotta
down.
knock them down.
Yeah, well, they love this. Pretty much every enemy has at least 3 or 4, you know, and then you get to the harder ones, you've got like, dead yet? No. No, you dead yet? No. The game is effectively an exercise in RSI.
Brilliant.
There are classes of which you can pick 3 to start with.
Let me guess.
Go on.
Is there a warrior style class?
There is.
Is there a healer style class?
There is.
Is there a mage style class?
Well done.
Boom!
Yes.
So it's
you
basically as generic as it comes, then.
It is so unpolished it hurts.
Wow.
What was it called again? Skyforge?
Skyforge, yeah. This is not the first time they've done this. They had a game, I can't remember what it's called, out before this, and they did exactly the same thing. A massive fanfare of this amazing game that was going to be the next best thing ever. It came out. It was completely unfinished. There was just hardly anything to do, and they were like, "Oh, it's still in open beta," because it's still in open beta. It hasn't officially been launched. It was like a soft launch last weekend.
Yeah.
And they just kept it around in open beta for ages and ages and ages until they finally turned around and said, okay, it's done now. But at that point, everyone got bored and moved on.
Yeah.
And effectively, they're doing the same thing again. The class system works the same way as Secret World, just not as good. The leveling up is ripped straight out of Final Fantasy X. You have a star chart, which, stop me if you've heard this one before. You have a bunch of stars and you click on it, and then there's a pretty line that goes through and makes all things light up, and then you can get different stats as you go along. And you work your way up this chain, and then eventually at some point, you then be able to unlock another class.
Yeah.
So you can then learn all that. And then you have to grind through one class, then you have to grind through another class, which will then in turn unlock that class, which you can then grind through that one before you can get. And there's you're bored already.
Dave, where do I pick this game up? You've sold it to me. I'm on.
It's free.
On PC?
It's totally free.
Done.
It's on PC.
Go and download that shit.
The one good thing that is nice is that there's a training room. Yes. I'm getting onto that. Hold that thought. There's a training room. You go into the training room and you've got all the various classes on plinth, various characters, and you walk up to it and then you hit the space bar and then it goes, I want to be this class, and it transforms you into that, and there's a small tutorial that teaches you that class.
Right.
The tutorial was designed by a 2-year-old. It's just terrible design for teaching you the class. Every class is massively uninspiring, but the fact that they've actually put something in like this into the game that allows you to be uber at that point and go, this is something to look forward to, is actually really cool, and I've got to praise them for that. But it
sounds like a quite novel idea like that, because you get that's one of the things that I've always found that is quite annoying, like especially with a lot of MMOs. I start with a class, I might try another one, and I have a vague idea of what I've got to do with it, but I have no real idea. And obviously, as you play the game, you learn it. But you might spend however many hours trying to go to this class and then go, this is just not for me whatsoever. And it's a major pit of your time, sort of thing.
Exactly. So they've tried to circumnavigate that by allowing you to try out them before investing the time, which is good. This is a good thing. Well done. Good tick. But
one tick on the box.
One tick on the box. But
it's got a good name. That's about it. Fuck.
Yeah. So going back to breasts. Effectively, you've got a very bland game, and then what they've done is to try and avoid this getting out that it's an insanely bland game. They've just buried it under a mountain of grind and breasts.
I'm so
I
sold.
kid you not. The last time I was genuinely embarrassed to actually create a character was probably Lineage. I got this female. I was like, right. You start off as there's a male character. I'm like, cool. Let's have a look at the female character. And this thing popped in with jiggly breasts. The whole you can shake the character and the breast move. This thing's got proper breast physics.
You choose your breast size?
Yes.
And you know what? Actually, speaking of that, level, actually, I am in because I've just recruited some more people on our Final Fantasy kind of thing at the moment, and this one guy was going on about Phantasy Star Online 2, and one of the character kind of the standard models there is like this really fat character. Well, wait, I'll get to that in a minute, Mike. But there's this really like fat character kind of thing, with like a massive booty kind of thing like that. And I think his response was to that. He was like, "Someone at Sega likes big booty," which I was just like, I was pissing myself when he put that up. And then the other thing is, the you can actually shape the breasts on that, which is ridiculous. I mean, shape it. Like I can't believe on how in depth the breast models are in that game. It's unbelievable.
Well, they've obviously stolen that idea and put them in this game. Not only that, you can also change their butt size. And if you collect the option to do that, the character spins round and then starts wheeling her butt at you.
No.
Yeah.
I'm fucking downloading it. I'm done. Like, how much time do I have to be as a male? Can I start with a female?
Yeah.
I think it's about 5 minutes.
Done. Min. Stag Beetle top tip.
I mean, if you put in Skyforge female character into Google and then hit images, it's pretty much
everywhere.
It's amazing.
Wow.
All the female characters, bar maybe 3, is effectively here's a top that we've just opened so you can see their bra.
Yeah.
And just it's wow.
Nah, fair enough.
It's like that classic meme of like armor in games.
Yeah.
Like normal armor, this much. Elite armor, and it's literally nothing on this girl. It's like that's not doing anything.
Nope, nothing.
Just makes your tits look great. I completely forgot something I just want to shout out to someone quickly. I can't name who it is, and I can't really go into much detail because it might actually get put on to something soon. But one of my very close friends is a massive World of Warcraft person. So as we're talking to MMOs, and he was going to get married, or he is about to get married, and he was struggling to raise the funds. So effectively decided he was going to sell his World of Warcraft account to make up some of the funds. His whole guild sold their World of Warcraft accounts to fund it, and they raised £24,000.
Wow, that's incredible.
So the whole guild is going to start again as a fresh. Both of them actually play in that guild. She's not like a raid member or anything like that, but they both play. But I think it was like just under 24 grand that they made, and it's amazing that people can come together that much and sacrifice. In some ways, you talk to someone that doesn't raid and they're not a World of Warcraft player. Well, yeah, your account, yeah, whatever. They're worth a lot of money, some of them, and some of the stuff they have. You could buy a car or whatever you want with your account if you wanted to, and they just sacrificed it for it. And I just thought I'd throw that out there if we're talking about MMOs. It's a huge thing to do, and at some point, hopefully, because there's a chance this story is going to be picked up as something else. So I don't really want to go into too much details. But if it doesn't, then I'm sure he'd actually come on the show or talk about it and stuff. And
awesome,
it's a really nice thing to do.
No, 100%. I mean, I mean that's the good thing about the whole MMO vibe in some sense is that there is a massive community there. If you do build up a guild, there is people like that. There is nice people in this world.
Yep.
I know it's hard to believe sometimes. Like when we're all going about our daily lives, but there's people that generally do care. I mean, as we are on that MMO flex at the moment, I'll just jump in quickly. And as I was at TechFest, on the last week, I haven't really played too many games. We finally did that heist in the end on GTA 5.
Completed it?
Cool.
Yeah, we
Did you beat it?
Yeah, I've done all of the heists now in that game, which is awesome. I've finally finished them all.
On your TechFest thing, just one a quick question.
Oh yeah.
Any Turbo Shandy go into your body?
No, not actually at all.
Oh, mate. That stuff looks great.
Oh man, it's basically Reese's choice drink.
So Reese has been on the show as well,
Yeah,
hasn't he?
yeah,
So shout out to Reese.
Yeah, definitely. And he basically he was just sort of like 1 year someone introduced him to Turbo Shandy, and that is now his festival drink. And he made up like big 5-litre bottles of Turbo Shandy and brought it to like Tech.
How does it keep its fizz? Like, I'm sure it's like
I don't think it did. I don't think it did, but he loved it. He loved it, man. And he just got battered every day on that stuff, man. So it worked. It did the desired effect. So
for those out there that don't know what Turbo Shandy, do you want to explain what Turbo Shandy is?
Well, I mean, it is basically a beer and an Alco Pop. So for him, he's got, well, like, I don't know, I see a traditional kind of thing as a Foster's maybe with a Smirnoff Ice, like maybe Smirnoff Ice Lemon kind of thing. That's generally a Turbo Shandy.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But they were talking about other combinations of Turbo Shandy, and there may be some other concoctions next year.
One of my friends actually drinks something that he calls a supercharged shandy.
Okay.
And I'd never heard of turbo shandies and all this stuff, but a supercharged shandy is a double vodka and lemonade and beer rather than the so it's effectively like having a Smirnoff Ice and then a shot on top of it, sort of thing. And like I've watched him on a night out turn into an animal because of this stuff. Like the rage is real, and he might well be a werewolf by the end of that night. It's quite scary. Like you know, I love my vodka and drinks and stuff, but this stuff's weird.
Brilliant. But anyway, I mean, let's get back to that MMO flex. Now, I've been playing Final Fantasy again. I've got just back into it because of the Heaven's Ward content that's come out. The thing is, I haven't got to the Heaven's Ward content yet because you need to do all of the main scenario quests from 2.5 to be able to get onto the Heaven's Ward content. And when you get to like level 50 and you've kind of done the credits and all that kind of jazz, there's still a sort of roughly about 100 quests that you've got to do.
Wow.
So
that's one of the annoying things, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's just grind.
The thing is that other MMOs haven't locked things out as badly as Realm Reborn has. And I'm kind of worried that it's probably going to put off a lot of people having to kind of go through that content first. Obviously, don't get me wrong. There's people that are already at level 50 and they were crying out for that new content.
It's also that thing of the elite player that thinks you have to do that. That's your trial of fire to get to that thing. But you're right. You're locking out so many players that would you enjoy the game so much more if you could have that many more players that were playing because of it. And that does sound like a big.
So I mean, on that kind of level, I'm a bit like, but I am absolutely loving being back on it though, 100%. I got back on it properly on Sunday, and I struggled to put it down last night. I mean, it was half midnight, and I was like, fuck, I've got to go to bed. I've got to get to work in the morning. Because I was properly getting into it. I'm so close to the Heaven's Ward content now, though. Really fucking close. So hopefully I will be releasing some videos soon showing some of the new content. So definitely really looking forward to it. We've got a big bunch of guys all moving over to Lich now. So come and join us. Come and join the dodgy cunts.
I have a character on Lich as well, but I don't have a PS4 and he's level 2, so it doesn't matter.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, come and join us. We're definitely going to be recruiting more members soon. We've definitely just got quite a few more people from the UKTM community. UK Tech Metal community, which is really good. I'm looking forward to getting down with some of them. But yeah, come and join us, man. I'm definitely going to be streaming some dungeons and that soon. Hopefully some more Heaven's Ward content as well. So definitely stay tuned for some Heaven's Ward content.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, that's all I've really been playing. I mean, Dave, was there anything else? Because obviously we kind of jumped off because we were on that MMO flex there.
Other than Skyforge, not really. I mean, I was doing a lot more of Secret Worlds, obviously finishing off the anniversary stuff, finishing up the quests here and there, ready to take on the big bad nasty so I can actually do dungeons properly.
Yeah, fair enough.
I dropped back into Wolfenstein a little bit just to, go on that single player vibe, just to shoot a lot of things.
Yeah.
I picked up Far Cry. No, was it? No. Fallout, the original, the very first one.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Okay.
the click and point.
Yes.
Click and whatever that kind of game's called.
Real-time strategy game. Yeah. Wow, man.
Hard.
Dated much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hard to play that
also,
kind of game now. Like it's like. Oh.
I know. I've got a couple of games like that I remember fondly, and I go back to them, and I'm like, this game was amazing, and now I'm just like.
On that note. So something that Leon said about Fallout, he really hates the VAT system, which has obviously come from that. Apparently, the VAT system is not a stop time system now. It's more a choose your critical hit or your something like that, which I think could be something that would actually change the game quite a lot for you.
Okay, all right.
But apparently, they're not going to piss off people that like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not stop time because of the whole idea of if you're a sniper rifle halfway across, you do that.
Yeah.
Wait, you do that, and so on. So it could be interesting.
I mean, I'm definitely for it. I'm definitely hyped about the new game. There's obviously a lot of people are excited about it. I'm definitely going to be checking it out. I mean, I'm sure you'll pick it up, Mike. So I'll have to come round and see how it goes, kind of thing on that level. But I don't know. I definitely it's definitely probably the biggest game of the year, I would say. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is some other titles like Metal Gear and I'm just trying to think which
it is the biggest title
on that Metal Gear level. Just to throw that out there, they have officially removed the Kojima game thing there now. So Kojima production. So
what did he do?
What did he do?
No one knows.
He fucked someone real bad.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously Fallout's going to be the biggest game of the year, really, realistically. So I can't miss it.
You're gonna have to. And on what day? Remember, I don't know if I shouted it out, but I've got my Pit Boy edition is reserved. And we'll have that. What Dave doesn't realise yet is that if it comes out on the date, he's paying for the rest of it. But anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Actually. I get a free copy of the game if it doesn't come out on the date.
I will make this deal. This is a fair deal.
I thought we'd already made the deal.
No, this is as fair, like, because of what I've done. I've already pre-ordered mine. My version is £100. I've paid 40 on my deposit. Whatever the normal version is, that's all you have to give me. You don't have to buy me a version of the normal one or whatever.
Yeah,
it's coming out on a date. I've heard my rumours.
I think it will.
People are calling me out.
I think it will come out on the day.
Go!
I think it will. I think it will. Sorry, Dave, to go against you on this camp, but I honestly,
fine.
I think it will because Bethesda, they're pretty good for this kind of thing.
I said that, and then my friend went, "What about Elder Scrolls Online?" And I went, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, but that was different. That was just the console release of it. They did release it on PC on the side.
Not on the date they said.
Oh,
did
they not? Oh, okay, no. Fair enough then.
So, but
I mean, they really fucked Elder Scrolls Online. In all fairness, are they gonna fuck up a Fallout game?
I don't think you can.
Oh, if they do, there'll be a lot of very angry people.
It is your Final Fantasy. It is such a big property. It's like fucking up a GTA or something like that. You've got to treat that with so much respect.
No, for sure.
Which is why I'm thinking that if they don't have everything exactly 100% spot on, they'll push the date rather
Possibly.
than about substandard.
Well, Dave, you might. I don't know. We'll see. We've still got some time yet, so only time will tell, my man.
Exactly. It's getting closer though.
It is.
I'm saving my pennies.
We also saw, before we finish, I don't know if any of you guys saw, I don't think Leon did because he was at TechFest rocking out. But Comic-Con happened, the big one, San Diego Comic-Con. And
are we talking about the leaks?
Well, not just leaks. So there was two things. First of all, Batman versus Superman got a full trailer.
It did.
Which looks good.
Looks the tits.
Looks
Looks
really
the
good.
tits.
And then Man from U.N.C.L.E. got a trailer which looks much better.
Suicide Squad. They only started filming 2 months ago, and they kind of forced some stuff together. But it got leaked, and then this is something I wanted to ask you guys about, because I put a bit of a post about it. But effectively, what happened was they decided that this did not show the quality it should have been shown at.
Mm-hmm.
It was on the internet, as any of them will be. You can't do these exclusive things anymore unless you take someone's phone from them as they walk out.
Exactly.
That's how these have to go from now on, right? If you want to be in this room, you fucking hand your shit in, because this happens every single time, and it will.
I'm surprised they haven't started doing it.
I don't know. Maybe they have some litigation of whatever. But listen, you want to go in that room, if you want to see the exclusive of whatever it is, this is how you're going to play the ball. Or maybe I don't know what they do. But anyway, so Warner Brothers, I think it's Warner Brothers, effectively said, we feel it's not right for this content to be shown in this quality. We will release it now, and shown out the Suicide Squad. And there's mixed receptions for both. There's also a lot of Illuminati fucking shit of what they're going to do with certain stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if you're reading too much into this at this point. Like, you need to calm the fuck down. I don't think they're going to go that deep on certain stuff.
Yeah.
But did anyone see? Did you guys see the Superman versus Batman trailer?
I've seen the Superman versus Batman trailer. I've seen the Deadpool trailer.
So that's the one I was going to interlude to. So that one will be officially released in 3 weeks. They are not doing a Warner Brothers because they think that that's pandering to, the idea of leaking and so on and so forth. I watched that. My idea of all three of these, so they're all your DCs.
Yeah.
Your main two DCs and one's your Marvel. The Marvel one, there's a lot of the stuff from this apparent casting shoot of the Deadpool thing that got kind of released.
That's right.
If they do it right, that's going to be probably the best Marvel film ever, because Deadpool's just so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen the trailer yet, Leon, for that?
I haven't seen the Deadpool one. I've literally only seen the Superman versus Batman one.
Slight spoiler then. Within the first about 2 minutes of the trailer, he breaks the third wall completely and he starts ripping the piss out of the fact that he was Green Lantern. That's how awesome Deadpool's going to be.
Yeah, it's very, they're doing it the right way. He always breaks the fourth wall, and they're doing that, and there's a lot of that kind of back and forth, and that's what seems really good. And the thing that makes me quite inspired for that one is they are definitely going down the route of, Ryan Reynolds said, I want this to be Deadpool.
Yeah.
So it needs to be fucking dirty, grimy, gory, but fucking funny. And he can pull that off, I think.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
So if you haven't seen that, we won't go too much into that. The Batman versus Superman one, what did you think of it?
I mean, because I was a big hater on Man of Steel, big time. I really didn't like it. And now I understand.
I love the fact that there's so many people that were out there, and like the fact of that, it just makes so much sense. And I think it's going to go down the route of the Batman versus Superman we've seen. Like I've talked about the comic, the animated movie and stuff, and I think they're going to have to go to a certain extent of that. But I really like the fact that you see certain things in there that are very they're cast in lore of the DC universe. Robin's suit with graffiti over it and stuff. Yeah. They might be going for in a sense, the darkest version. And we've seen Batman has been fucking dark.
Yeah.
The darkest version in some ways of it. And I think they're also putting this aspect of false idol and Superman and God, and they were actually asking some real, like, if this actually happened.
I think it's also put a lot of the Ben Affleck naysayers, kept them quiet.
I said actually, I told people, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about, because put it this way, everyone, what's his face for Joker?
Jared Leto.
No.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. People were saying that.
Yeah.
And I said at the start, you can't judge it until you see it. That is the best Joker that's ever been. And I don't know what's going to happen with Suicide Squad. I don't think they're going to go that way. I love the fact he has metal teeth, and that's fucking cool as fuck.
A lot of people are unhappy about that, though.
I don't think they should be.
I think that Jared Leto is a pretty good actor, and
he is a very good actor.
I think he's going to pull it off. In all fairness, I really think he will.
From what I've seen in the trailer of him, I think he's doing really well.
So the main things for Suicide Squad that I'd say really can work. I like the look of Harley Quinn, and I think that's a key character that's never really been done, and who doesn't kind of get attracted to the psychopathic, really hot blonde.
Right?
Yeah, that's how I like all my women.
Hot as fuck.
Bunny boilers.
Downside, Will Smith as Deadshot looks like
he's
he'd
take
take every Will Smith.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I've seen him in the film with her, and is it going to be more of that and so on? They did the best thing they could. The end with Joker, I think that's how you end it.
Totally.
Some people are going to hate him. Some people are going to love him. If you want to see more into the spoilers of it, just put in Joker. I
really feel for the actor, because not only has he got to fill in Heath Ledger's shoes, but it's also like a really big film to carry off the Joker in as well. It's like double whammy.
I love like so some people are hating this metal teeth thing. I think it's fucking great. The other thing that it would lead into, and it depends, again, this goes to some of the spoilers or whatever it is, he might not have any normal teeth left from what happened to his character if this is what had happened. I don't want to get into spoilers because it's too far away.
Last time I saw the Joker, he was wearing a purple suit, being airlifted off the top of a cathedral, and then he ended up falling to his death.
Well, it also led into, like, they were talking about how Two-Face from that film didn't really get enough, and apparently the third film was not going to be Bane or whatever. It was going to be a continuation, but when your lead character dies, you can't really continue that on. So but there's some really good stuff from Suicide Squad, that, like, there's some characters in there that I hope they don't do a background origin story of certain things, because it's just like, I know them. You're isolating, you're spending, one of the major problems with Age of Ultron, there's so many characters that you haven't got enough time. You're wasting time. Like, for the key audience, they kind of know it, and if they, the people that are going to see it without, knowing that, Wikipedia, it takes 2 minutes. You'll find out that thing.
Speaking of origins and backstories, and talking about trailers, World of Warcraft. We finally saw a bit of movie that was effectively just
really
5-minute long CGI. Looks like it was the trailer for the latest expansion.
And it was also like what I was going to lead into from this. Dave, did it excite you in the slightest?
No.
It's so boring. There's
really?
It's right.
There was no feeling to the voice acting at all.
It really annoyed me, because the problem is it's them going into the portal, and there's this whole idea of this man and this orc man and his wife and all this stuff. And realistically, what do I want to see? I want to see a Stormwind Knight versus a fucking orc. I want to see this, and it really just, the leaked video. The funniest part and the best part of it is the guy that's in front of them going, well, I couldn't give a shit about this, and like, or whatever he says. And I was 100% agreeing. It's 4 minutes of clip. And
nothing happens.
It's scary that if they fuck this up, like, the idea of how much this. It was 4 minutes of build up, and there was no. It wasn't a trailer. It was
No,
just.
it was almost
a
like the
scene.
start of the movie.
They'd just taken a scene from something they'd done, and that was the biggest problem. That there's so many entities in World of Warcraft. There's so many stories. There's so many great characters.
Yeah.
That is very difficult to portray to someone that doesn't know Warcraft. So I understand that, but you're not going to win someone over in a 4-minute scene of like an orc and his wife trying to go through the portal to attack.
Yeah, but
Azeroth,
I thought this was like.
it was.
Okay, to show my slightly wow nerdiness here, there are better people out there who can do all the lore behind this, but from what I gather, this is the leader of the war chief, Thrall, I think it is.
Yep.
This is his dad, and that's his mum, and that's her pregnant with him, and this is them traveling over through the portal into
For the big war, the Great War.
The Azeroth. This is the first one of it, not the current Warlords of Draenor where they've gone back in time and fucked with it. This is essentially how it happened the first time.
World of Warcraft 1 and 2.
Yeah. So Gul'dan's still an evil motherfucker. He's still using all the souls to open the portal. This is them going through the portal and effectively setting up camp, and then them going to be fighting the humans. The biggest thing that annoyed me was that it was all CGI, and it was all pre-rendered, and it was all...
Well, that's how the film is.
No, the film was meant to be live action.
No, the film is CGI based off that. So this, it's meant to be the next step of Spirits Within. So it's a CGI film, but of another caliber. Now, the problem for us is we don't see that quality because we're seeing a leaked video. So I can't see. I've seen the still shot of a character and I went, fuck me, that looks great. You can't really tell that from this, which is an issue. And that's one of the problems with leaking and stuff. But I don't play it anymore. But if there was a film, like a game I wanted to see, Warcraft has so much lore, so much crazy, like, orcs versus humans versus all this kind of stuff that comes together. And mate, there's so much shit you can work with. And it's like a 4-minute clip of like the most boring shit you've ever seen. And you're just like, no, why have you done this?
Totally. And like I was saying, the voice acting as well. It was like the people doing the acting were talking like this with absolutely no emotion whatsoever.
I think the other thing is with that, I think that's the way it's leaked as well. I think because overhearing it, one of the characters sounded like, I can't remember who it was, but it felt quite jaded by that because you're not getting a conviction of the mouth and the facial expressions that you're getting, because it's worse than Skype call right now. It's not the level it should be. But it's just so depressing that they're going to fall.
But the stuff they were saying as well, the sort of things they were saying, it was just bland. It didn't feel well written. It wasn't interesting.
You're 100% right on that. That's the problem. I don't think the voice actors are the problem. I think it was the writing of whatever was being said. Like, you just like, I mean, Leon, you should watch it tonight. You'll just feel the same way. You'd just be like, why am I meant to care about this? This looks like, and a lot of people loved Spirits Within. It looks like a shit version of Spirits Within. That's a fucking... This is one of the biggest intellectual properties there is. You can't fuck with it that way. And
I know, and it's been hidden under a blanket of secrecy for so long as well. And the first peek we get at it is
listen.
Not good.
Look, I can go into Blizzard now. I can tell them this is what you want, right? You're going to be talking about the orcs versus the humans. I want to see fucking catapults raining fire onto Stormwind and the fucking humans running around to do whatever. If you want to tell the orc story, yeah, cool. I want to see them come into the portal, but I want to see that bloodlust. I want to see the fucking action. That is what this film is sold on. That is what Warcraft is. What is the whole idea? It's like fucking Warhammer. In the future, there is only war. Warcraft is fucking blood and guts and people killing each other. And the orcs are effectively a race designed to kill, and the humans trying to defend themselves. Did they sell me any of that? No, not a single pet.
You know, I'm still going to be pleasantly surprised if they turn out and suddenly like, ah, we were joking all along. This is the actual movie, and it's
No,
amazing.
the problem is what they've done is this is something they've worked on. This is where they've got to. They have a scene. This is not designed to be leaked. This is designed to be leaked as things so you can see what the CGI looks like. You can see where they're going. This is not a trailer.
Yeah.
So they've effectively gone this. But it's got leaked because fucking it's 2015 and everything fucking does.
Yeah.
And that's their biggest problem. And I don't doubt this film won't be as bad as that clip it makes it. 100%. They can't, if they fuck it up that much, fucking cancel your World of Warcraft subscriptions because Blizzard are cunts is the best way to put it. But I hope, in all honesty, if it's as bad as what they've done there, they bomb hard so that they just go, shit, we have no business being in the movie industry doing this. But it shouldn't be that way. It's one of those stories that, you know, people have been crying out for a Legend of Zelda film. There's so much lore behind it and stuff. You wouldn't fuck that up. There's so much behind it.
Yeah.
People paying so much money. Like World of Warcraft, how much money do they make on people that play World of Warcraft every month? Hearthstone, the whole background of that. Look, StarCraft is not the same thing, but it's this culmination of Diablo even built into
that's
it.
That's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be a Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo crossover. So it's going to be the humans and the orcs fall through a portal into hell, and they have to enlist the help of Raynar to save the day.
Do you know what the best comments I saw on it is exactly what I thought when I saw it. I thought it was a cutscene.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was as well.
I didn't think it was a movie. I thought it was a cutscene for an expansion.
You know, we'll just have to wait and see what happens then.
Of course we do.
Yeah.
And as much fun as this is, unfortunately, I'm being attacked by cats, so I'm gonna have to.
That's all
That's
I
fine.
wanted.
To be fair, yeah, and we need to wrap up this last cast. For now, anyway, there will be casts in the future. Don't forget that. But look out for our content on our YouTube channel.
Our main content's going to be on the YouTube channel. So your best bet's going to be either type in the search bar Game Over Yeah UK, or it's going to be YouTube /Game Over Yeah UK.
Yeah, I think it's /user Game Over Yeah UK.
Yeah.
Just throw that out there. But obviously, we're still going to be putting our stuff up on our usual channel. So let's jump into that. If you'd like to take part in our conversation, you can either post on our Facebook wall, facebook.com/Game Over Yeah.
You can tweet us at @GoVeryEah.
So the most important thing for us at the moment, we're going to completely change stuff, and we want your feedback. So we need you to contact us if you think there's something we can do that is going to affect you. We want to do that. So contact us at gameoveryeah.net. Email us in. Just give us the stuff.
Yeah, man. Give us your ideas. And obviously, to be able to find all of those lovely links, if you go to our website, which is gameoveryeah.net. Thank you for joining us.
You can't even say until next time.
And
no, you can. Technically, the next.
There is going to be a next time. There is going to be a next time. So until next time.
Game
over
yeah.
Sad times.
Oh, that hurt.